Can I ask you about some of the things that you've brought in? As you say, you started in December. We've seen apologies, or you might want to call them acknowledgements in your language.
Manchester United fans left the Emirates Stadium with more than just frustration from the scoreline. What truly boiled over was a moment that once again reopened an old wound for United supporters: trust in Premier League officiating. From the very start of the match, the tone was set not just by football, but by controversy. Arsenal's opening goal didn't come from a moment of brilliance or defensive collapse. Instead, it arrived through a decision that instantly sent shockwaves through the United bench and the away end. In the build-up, a clear foul on a Manchester United player went completely unnoticed. Or worse, it was noticed and still ignored. The referee allowed play to continue, Arsenal pushed forward, and seconds later, the ball was in the back of the net. In real time, United players protested. Some stopped briefly, expecting the whistle. Others turned immediately toward the referee, arms raised in disbelief. But play stood, and then came the moment fans expected would bring justice: VAR. Multiple replays clearly showed contact that disrupted United's defensive shape. The foul wasn't subtle, it wasn't debatable, it was one of those moments where, if it happens in midfield, it's given without a second thought. Yet VAR stayed silent. No review at the monitor. No pause. No explanation. Just confirmation that the goal would stand. That decision changed everything. Football is a game of momentum, and Manchester United were right in the contest before that moment. The goal didn't just put Arsenal ahead on the scoreboard, it shifted the entire psychological balance of the match. United suddenly had to chase the game at the Emirates, against a confident home side, knowing they had already been punished unfairly. What made the situation even more painful for fans was the familiarity of it all. This wasn't a one-off. This wasn't a rare mistake. For many United supporters, it felt like another entry in a long list of controversial calls that always seemed to go against them in big matches. Social media reacted instantly. Clips of the foul spread across platforms within minutes. Fans, former players, and neutral observers all asked the same question: what is VAR actually for if moments like this are allowed to stand? In an era where technology slows the game down to millimeters for offside decisions, how does a clear foul in the build-up to a goal get ignored? Pundits tried to explain it away, as they often do. Some called it subjective. Others said the referee had already let the game flow. But those explanations only fueled the anger. Consistency is the one thing fans ask for, and once again, it felt absent. For Manchester United, under the leadership of Michael Carrick, this was especially frustrating. Carrick has been focused on restoring structure, discipline, and belief within the squad. Matches like this undo that work in an instant. When players feel decisions are going against them, confidence drains. Focus slips. Emotions rise. And that's exactly what Arsenal fed off after the goal. United didn't collapse. They kept fighting. But the damage was done. Every tackle felt riskier. Every 50-50 decision felt loaded. The sense of injustice lingered throughout the match, hanging over every phase of play. What hurts fans most is not just losing. Manchester United supporters can accept defeat when it's earned. What they struggle with is feeling robbed of a fair contest. Football is emotional because it's built on moments, and when those moments are taken out of the players' hands and decided by inconsistency, it leaves a bitter taste. Don't just watch. Subscribe to United Pulse TV here. This incident also raises bigger questions about accountability. Referees are protected. VAR officials rarely explain their decisions publicly. Apologies, when they come, arrive days later and change nothing. Points aren't returned. Results don't get rewritten. Fans are simply told to move on. But how do you move on when these moments keep repeating? For United Pulse TV viewers, this isn't about conspiracy theories or biased claims for attention. It's about standards. The Premier League sells itself as the best league in the world. With that status comes responsibility. When technology fails to correct clear errors, the integrity of the competition comes into question. Manchester United will respond the only way they can, on the pitch. Carrick and his players know they cannot control referees or VAR rooms. What they can control is their reaction, their fight, and their unity. And if there's one thing history has shown, it's that United are at their most dangerous when they feel wronged. This moment at the Emirates will not be forgotten by fans. It will be remembered as another example of why the conversation around officiating must continue. Not for sympathy, not for excuses, but for fairness. Because football deserves better. And Manchester United fans, loyal through every high and low, deserve to believe that the game is decided by footballing moments, not ignored fouls and silent screens. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for breaking football transfer updates, analysis, and exclusive content on United Pulse TV.